Hello, everyone. In the silent darkness of our ancient caves, our ancestors painted visions, painted extraordinary pictures of a world that we barely understand today. But what if those images that they were conveying weren't just basically visions of survival or spiritual pictures, but they were encoded messages given to them from people beyond the stars, people that we take for granted today? So tonight on Secrets of the Stars, episode 52, I'm going to ask the poignant question of, were ancient caves built as portals to other worlds? And yeah, if you enjoyed what I'm going to be talking about, hit that like button, subscribe, share the video, comment. Also, check out my other videos on my lives tab and on my playlists. And yeah, so hidden beneath the hills in northern Spain, there's a UNESCO World Heritage Site famous for its prehistoric ceiling art, known as the Altamira Caves. And I'm going to show you some of these pictures in a minute. And there's something more strange about it, because there's paintings of bisons, handprints, basically. And then there's a theory that these caves were not just shelters for civilizations of our past, but portals to maybe something else from beyond. So basically, if you're not familiar with Altamira, it was discovered in the late 19th century by a 7-year-old girl, who I believe, her name was, I'll tell you what her name was now. There you go. 8-year-old girl. Basically, Maria Sanz de Saltalia, and her father, amateur archaeologist Marcelino, discovered the caves, and they basically, hello Cam, and they basically discovered it, and then the caves were excavated by them in 1880, and they and some of the things that they discovered was amazing. Like I said, I've got something to show you here. On share screen. This is some of the stuff. I'm just talking about these caves here in Altamira, Spain, northern Spain, Cam. I'm just talking about them now. There you go. These, hello everyone who's just tuning in as well. These are some of the things that have been discovered in Altamira. But yeah, this quickly shocked the academic world. Basically, these drawings were thousands of years older than anyone alive at the time, and basically, people have been thinking that certain sections of the cave appear designed not for living but for resonance, and I'll tell you why. Because the acoustics in there, basically, and that basically, if you say something in the cave, you normally get like an echo, or you know what I mean. But they bounce off of these. But if you speak in these caves, if the reverberation bounces off, and it actually sounds musical, like there's harmony, there's melody, and it's melodramatic, So could our ancient ancestors use these caves as resonance chambers of the past? So basically, sang, and it kind of opened up so, because we always hear sound is important, sound is key. So basically, spiritual scholars and some physicists today have to believe that some caves, caves like this in Altamira, are basically symbolic rooms, like the birthplace of reality, and that these weren't just meant for art. They weren't just using them to hide from predators of the day at the time, but they were like veil, like the veil of the world was spinning, and that this was where contact was made, and that. Oh, why is that, Cam? So if that's the case, then, and Altamira like describes it perfectly, there's been loads of caves with part of like pictures like this. If you look at the cave, there's a cave in France, I believe. They show the Pleiades stars cluster. And it's always these carvings are always found deep inside. They're not found as soon as you enter the entrance, are they? These are found rightly like deep inside of a like cave. So scientists have come out and said, what if they weren't like saying that the deeper you go, look, it's like you're like that. They're saying, are they going deeper, like not only to the center of the earth, but to the center of our universe? But as you can see by these carvings, there's bison. Look, and I'll show you the ones that it's got and I'll show you the one with the thingamajiggy one now. Handprint. There you go. Look at those handprints. This is in Altamira, like I said. Isn't that crazy? So basically, like I said, these are the ceiling on Altamira you saw, as I told you. And that they don't make sense if you're just looking for animals on there. But map the stars overhead, where they would have seen like 36,000 years ago when stuff like this was getting done. And you notice something particularly eerie going on. Exactly. So, but you look at the eeriness connection here, everyone, and then tell me what you think. And also make sure you're hitting that like button, subscribing if you haven't already. But something eerie happened 36,000 years ago when they're doing these paintings. Constellations like Taurus, which is a bull, Orion, and even the Pleiades star cluster, which I mentioned earlier, all line up with certain features in a cave. So is it a coincidence, or did our ancestors know more about the sky at the time than modern scientists know today? And if so, did the stars that they were mapping underground like leave it be basically our clues for us to follow, or like clues for people to come from another world in and say, this is what we're seeing from our point of view? Basically, like, if they open, like, say it is a portal underground, are they basically saying it's like this is their peace offering? We're seeing you from this angle, like you're like up there, you're like far away. But it's kind of eerie that Altamira has bison on their cave, and Taurus, the constellation and the star sign, is a bull. So if you want to go to Altamira, everyone, just remember that most tours will focus on the bison drawing, the hand prints as I'm showing, horses and that. But there's also lesser known panels in the caves, like elongated humanoid forms, some with strange protrusions and long heads, like large heads. But mainstream archaeologists have described these and dismissed them as artistic exaggerations. But what if they're not exaggerated? What if they were like something that they witnessed and these large heads are actually alienoid heads? I'll try and find a picture of one of them heads now. Right. One of these things now, but Right, get ready, everyone. There you go. Doesn't that look like a head to you, everyone? Look, because you can see the eyes, a nose, a mouth, maybe. Isn't that eerie? Obviously, I might be wrong in that they might not look like a face. Let me know what you think it looks like. But to me, that does look like a face. Look, you can see the eyes and that, and the nose, like the contusion of a mouth there. Like I said, if you don't think it looks like a face, let me know what you think it looks like. I'm obviously interested to think what you think about it, everyone. So yeah, what do you all think? Do you think that looks like a humanoid face or alien face? To me, like I said, that looks like a face, but it looks like one of them. Oh, bloody hell. What them faces? Oh, not faces, them like like stone faces that you saw. I think it was Easter Island. You know, hang on, Easter Island head. There you go. Look. Tell me I'm not wrong, though. Tell me I'm not wrong. That don't look like an Easter Island head. In some weird sense, look. I'm not saying it exactly looks like it. I'm saying it, like I'm not saying word for word. It looks exactly for like it. I'm saying, look, it just looks similar to it. Look, because of the structure. Look, obviously, like I said, like eyes. Look, nose. Which you can't hardly see there, but the nose is obviously like quite receding here, and you can see it. Look. Not receding, but there's receding. But you know what I mean? It's quite poignant in the East Island head. And obviously, look, the mouth, you can't see it properly there, but look. So, kind of crazy to think that civilizations back then could do shit like that, basically. And, anyway, talking about Altamira, this is where it gets even crazy because I was talking about resonance of the, like, sound, everyone. Recent acoustic studies of ancient caves, especially across Europe, like Altamira, researchers have now come out and said that they found resonant frequencies that align with theta brainwaves, the same frequency that is used when we are in deep meditation or dreaming. Yes. So, could our ancestors have used these caves to basically change and alter their consciousness, or basically communicate telepathically to people or other intelligent beings from other worlds? If not, I'm going to put this question to you, and you can tell me your thoughts. If not, why did we spend generations in caves, painting in near darkness, just surrounded by these sounds that were stirring our mind? So that's the question. Why did we do that? Go on. So it's the same So they found out the frequencies are the same as when we dream or in meditation. But why did our ancestors spend generations painting in near darkness with those kind of like that kind of brainwave pattern? What is going on? So go on. I'll let you work that one out in your heads. Let me know what you think in the comments if you're watching on catch up or if you're watching live. Let me know what you think of that, like the brain patterns and waves, because that is crazy. The same waves that are the same wave frequency that we have when we dream or in deep meditation, our ancestors had. In these caves, and that's why they need to do stuff. It's crazy, isn't it? And to make things crazier, geologists around Altamira when they were there have recently studied the subterranean anomalies beneath it, and they've found the magnetic disturbances, right, that are localized shifts in Earth's field that should not even be able to exist in rock formations. But if you think about it as well, this is where it gets crazy. UFOologists have come out and said these magnetic anomalies and the storm disturbances are often linked with energy portals, navigational tools, and even landing sites for spacecraft. So is it possible that Altamira was basically chosen for its geological properties, as well as the resonance of the dreaming state and the deep meditation state? And that's in northern Spain, everyone. If you want to go and take a little look at where Altamira is, everyone, I'll let you know exactly now where they are. They are. Hang on. Going there now. They're basically closer to the city of I'll tell you where the nearest city is. Santander. No, I wouldn't say that's a city, but yeah, Santander there near. In between Santander and Gijon. And basically near Bilbao. Yeah, there you go, Bilbao. They're near Bilbao. They're literally an hour and a half drive outside Bilbao. You want to go and make a trip to Spain and see them? So why? So go on in. I'll leave you to answer that. Why do you think that site was chosen? Let me know what you think, everyone. So the cave of Altamira is not unique, right? There's the Chauvet cave in France and the Janta caves in India. We find recurring symbols that have been used over time, like spirals, star shapes, beings with glowing heads, etc. But these caves have spanned continents and millennia. But why do we keep on seeing the same patterns, like symbols being used? Was it one global visitor seeing us at this time, or was there multiple global visitors and it was just a global message? And that. And if you think about it, in countless mythologies, everyone, from the Dogon tribe of Mali that I talked about seeing the Sirius star system, to basically the Aborigines, the sky and the underworld are spiritually linked as one. Some cultures even describe sky beings who descend into caves to speak with shamans. So, where's these myths born from the hallucinations of these caves? Like I said, like they're like the Altamira cave, where like the sound, like the frequencies in the caves were like giving you deep meditational thoughts or dreaming, and you dreamt like this sort of stuff was coming to you. Or was these actually events that come in from Earth, that come to Earth from actual outer space? So now, this is where it gets kind of crazy, even more so. During the 20th century, many of these caves were closed to the public or tightly controlled by academic institutions like the Catholic Church, and the Catholic Church was also getting involved heavily. But in the case of Spain, some people even accused these authorities of erasing strange symbols or discouraging alternative interpretations of what was getting seen. So why was they getting like silent? Unless these questions were getting close to something that they were trying to protect us from. So it's all getting in kind of an add-up state. I do. I think caves are the dark, like not like a dark secret, but caves are like a doorway that we don't know how to use properly yet. Our ancestors knew how to use them, but we look at them like, oh, they're beautiful, all this. But there's certain caves like Altamira that I think is like a doorway. So there's plans for new scans and imaging tools to explore deeper into Altamira in the next few years. So hopefully we get more answers, and there's even talk that they found more symbols from another part of the cave, ones that were never seen, that were never be able to be seen before. Some say that one archaeologist who's working closely with it, right? Exactly. I think something like that's going on with Cam. One of the archaeologists, as I was saying, who doesn't want to be named, he's speaking anonymously, and I found his work on a science website. He said that they found basically this one of the symbols that they've seen in Altamira resembles like a star chart or binary code of the universe. So what's going on? So what if it's becoming literal that these are actually cosmic rooms, and they were actual like, and Altamira was a cradle of contact, right? And they are actually stargates of our past. We think of stargates being literally open to the public, like, and we can see them. What if the stargates were actually in caves? So maybe Altamira wasn't just a place to like honor the gods or animals of the bygone eras of our generations of our ancestors, but maybe it was our first resonance chamber, like for echo, basically to say to the people beyond the stars, we're here, you'll get, and we want to meet you, and this is how we're going to convey our message. So let me know what you think, everyone, in the comments of what you are. This has been Secrets of the Stars, episode 52. I've been Paranormal Ripples, and remember, the truth always echoes the loudest in silence. Take care, everyone. Have a good night. Big love to you all, and bye-bye.